Yo, 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 yo. What's the vibes? Yeah, it's about to get real. Definitely about to get real. Beterbiev, Bivol, 2 recap, man. Sorry, but not sorry. Boxing talk, man. You already know the vibes. Yes, sir. Let me share this to a couple of peoples. Then we can get this recap started. For sure. Goofy G, what's good, brother? What's good? Let me see something. They might not let me do it. Yeah, they perping. We got some haters out there on the Facebook scene, man. I had this dude earlier, man. This morning, I'm going to tell the story. Earlier today, this dude last night, he was debating, talking about Turkey, Yalashik and shit earlier. Yeah, I mean, we kind of going back and forth, and the dude gets so emotional where he done blocked me out of the group. That's what I'm saying. I'll be having dudes out of their body, man, and this on this boxing talk, man. This shit ain't that serious, man. A lot of dudes be emotional, man. But the crazy part, a lot of these dudes, they don't be knowing what they be talking about for real, because they don't know shit about the business of boxing, man. For real. And there's a lot of niggas that crumbles to this shit, you heard? But let's get to it though, man. Hey, overall yesterday, it was a good card yesterday. It was some good fights on the card. Couple, uh, couple iffy fights yesterday, man. Couple iffy ones, man. But we can get to talk about the first one, man. The what's good, my boy Marcus? What's good with it, my boy? So let's get to talk about the first one, man. First fight was Joshua Buesi versus Caleb Smith, man. And that fight, that was a good fight. I ain't gonna lie, that was a real good fight. Um, I was kind of disappointed in Boise, far as like his his output at certain spots. Caleb Smith, he controlled the pace of the fight. He was way more active throughout the course of the fight, and he was going to that body heavy. Caleb Smith body work was major. And yesterday, throughout a lot of these fights yesterday, the body work was majoring throughout majority of these fights yesterday for sure, man. Like, but Caleb Smith body work versus Joshua Boise last night, it was major. It paid dividends because it wore Boise down towards the later in the fight. And Boise, he did have certain spots where he was getting good shots off. He didn't really go to the body with Caleb Smith, honestly. He was more going for headshots majority, but it didn't pay no dividends for him. I mean, and Caleb Smith, he ended up getting the unanimous decision in that fight, man. Getting that interim title at the 175 division. I think it was the WBO title that is. So, interested to see what Caleb Smith does next. I seen people talk about Caleb Smith to fight David Morrell. I like that fight, especially for David Morrell, man. If people ain't pay attention to David Morrell, a couple weeks ago when he fought David Benavidez, that was a banger. Like literally candidate for fight of the year already for real between them two guys with David Morrell and David Benavidez. But Caleb Smith, I would love to see David Morrell fight that man. David Morrell, I think he'll wash Caleb Smith. You know what I mean? David Morrell, young, he a young line at 175, man. Like you just people gotta watch out for bruh. Like bruh, he nice. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that loss to David Benavidez distract you of him being an amazing fighter. Like, cause he's an amazing fighter at 175, man. But that was a good fight to start the night off with. between those guys, Caleb Smith and Joshua Boise. Joshua Boise, I really was hoping for him to be more active, but he was just active in spurts when he wanted to, and it didn't pay him no dividends, man. Like, especially with Caleb Smith when he throwing leather right back at you full force throughout the whole entire fight, man. So definitely good fight between those two guys. Um the second fight. Second fight was nasty work, bro. Zhilei Zhang versus Ajit Cabiel, man. This fight, I was like, this fight went exactly how I predicted it to go. I was saying that Zhang gonna have to get Ajit out of there early to win this fight, because what came across my mind was, is Zane going to later rounds similar to what he did against Joseph Parker last year? He gonna lose this fight. And like the first round, that man Zane came out there, firing. You know what I mean? Firing leather, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was active. Like, that was one of the more active rounds I've seen from Zhilei Zhang, for real, honestly, man. But he came out firing out the gate in the first round, which is, I was like, ooh, he was doing some good work going to the body. You know what I'm saying? Great combinations from the body to the to the head up top. You know what I mean? And Ajit, he's a guy that's, if you watch Ajit Cabiella in his recent fights, he's the guy that likes to bully you in there. Like, he don't, it don't matter who you are, he try to bully you in that ring. You know what I'm saying? And try to control the pace of the fight. And that first round, he was still trying to, figure his way out, because Zhilei Zhang, he's a big guy. He was bigger and taller than Ajit Cabiel. You know what I mean? And Ajit Cabiel had to get used to him that first round. I had Zhilei Zhang that first round winning for sure. Like, he hit Ajit with some good shots where I was like, man, if he continue this pace, man, Ajit might be out of here in the next 2, 3 rounds, honestly, early. You know what I'm saying? But right out the gate in that second round, man, Ajit Cabiel, he just found like his time, and he found the right pace and everything. He was going to Zane's body crazy, like crazy body shots, wearing Zane down. You know what I'm saying? Putting together nice combinations that second and third round, man. And where I was like, hey, this man Zane ain't gonna last long. He an older guy too. I think he about 40, 41 years old. The way Ajit was going to that body, I'm like, Zane ain't gonna last long. And we was talking about it in our group chat and shit about the fights. You know what I mean? And I'm just looking at it, bro. Like, I'm like, this man Ajit came out there that sixth round and was doing crazy body work on Zane, wearing him down, and went up top, put it down, crazy combinations to where, you know, that man Zane couldn't handle those body shots. Them body shots was paying dividends, man. And he stopped Zhilei Zhang last night in the sixth round, man. Great fight from Ajit Cabiel. He's a young lion out here right now, man. At that heavyweight division. That heavyweight division, he put y'all on notice last night, beating Zhilei Zhang last night, man. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what Ajit Cabiel does next, man, for sure. He definitely fought an amazing fight last night, man, with Zhilei Zhang, man. And I don't know where I see Zhilei Zhang next. I mean, I know he's up in age, of course, but I think we're gonna definitely see him probably fight, a couple more fights. There's still big money fights out there for Zhilei Zhang. Now, it was crazy because originally Zhilei Zhang was supposed to fight. They were trying. Turkey was trying to get Martin Bakoli to fight Zhilei Zhang for this card, but then they ended up making the fight happen with Zhilei Zhang and Ajit Cabiel. You know what I'm saying? It's like Zhang was kind of. It felt like he was ducking Martin Bakoli, man, because Martin Bakoli had to take a fight with Fa and Jagba, that where they're supposed to fight on that Ryan and Rolly card in May, and um, that last night, Adjic, man, he spoiled that man Zhilei Zhang plans last night, man. That was nasty work, man, for real, man, from Zhilei Zhang last night to go out like that, man. I don't know what I see up next for him, but I know Adjic Cabiel, he definitely gonna be in there in that mix as one of those top heavyweights in that division for sure. Um, Next fight, man. Let's get to the next one. The next one was it was it Virgil? Yeah, okay. It was Virgil. No, matter of fact, it was Carlos. Let's go and talk about this fight. Carlos Adames versus Hamza Shiraz, man. So this fight, Carlos Adames and Hamza Shiraz, bro, was a crazy fight, dog. Like it was a crazy fight just to watch. And the fight again, this fight goes exactly how I predicted it. I said Carlos Adames has the experience. He's been in there, in his amateur background and his professional career. He's been in the ring with some decent opponents for sure. And he's the champion at 160 and has that WBC title, man. But Hamza Shiraz, the young lion at 160, been stopping everything moving coming his way. You know what I'm saying, in recent fights. You know what I'm saying. The prospect that they was pushing heavy. He's an ambassador of Riyadh season. No, real closely with Turkey Al Sheikh, man. Um, this fight, Carlos Adames was controlling the pace of the fight. It was like a real rugged fight for us. Like, Shiraz, he wasn't doing much. He wasn't much active as I seen him in recent fights. And Carlos Adames was very slick, with his footwork, setting his traps. He was even coming in, fighting on the inside with Shiraz, and it kind of took away that reach from Shiraz. Shiraz likes to throw those crazy hooks, man. And you know what I'm saying? And Adamas was ducking a lot of those hooks, man. Like, Adamas had sharp defense last night. Now Shiraz did hit him with some good shots, towards the back half of the fight. And then it comes the infamous, man. The video I posted last night on my page, man. Y'all can go watch the video. Um, Turkey Al Sheikh, I guess it was towards like it was towards the championship rounds. My bad, y'all. It was towards the championship rounds. Turkey Al Sheikh comes over to the he comes over to him to Shiraz's corner and tells him he's down 2 points. He needs a knockout to win the fight. And I find that very interesting, man. I know people, looking at it like, oh, he's looking at it, but you got to look at it in the aspect of Shiraz is Turkey Al Sheikh guy. And it goes back to what I said in my predictions live I did Friday when I was talking about this fight in general in particular. I said if this fight goes if this fight with Adames and Shiraz goes towards a decision and it's a close fight, they're gonna give the fight to Shiraz because Shiraz is Turkey guy. Like that's his man. And I felt that Adames, he controlled the fight. He was landing the more cleaner shots. Shiraz wasn't active enough. He didn't get active towards the later half of the fight. And then a lot of shots that he was throwing, he wasn't connecting at all, honestly. Um I felt like Adames won this fight 7 rounds to 5 last night. And they ruled it draw. They ruled it a draw, man. And yes, this is Adonis. He's a PBC guy. Al Heyman and PBC, they sent him over, to fight on this card and defend his title against Shiraz, which is Shiraz was the high favorite guy for this fight. And they ruled it a draw. Now, I don't like to, say robbery talk with a lot of fights and stuff. And I'm not saying that particularly in this fight per se, but the way they ruled this fight, the judges, like with Turkey coming over there saying he's down 2 points, this is all around where the judges is at and everything. Like they're like it's too much commotion over there, man. Like I got a clip of um Coach Bradman, he was live with Mill City earlier, and he was speaking about how it shouldn't be, many people around the judges table, um, that's promoters or people that's working within the event around where the judges is at when they're talking to fighters and stuff like in between, because that that really persuades some of these judges' outlook on what's going on in the fight. And I think that really was a thing for as this particular fight yesterday, man, for real. And I was disappointed with that ruling, man, as far as them ruling at a draw. Like that fight was not a draw. That man Adames beat that man Shiraz clear. I had it 7 rounds to 5. I seen some people online saying they had it 8-4, which is I'm not even mad at that at all either, you know what I mean? But it is what it is far as that particular fight, should they rematch and run that back? No, because if they was the rematch, I know they're going to try to have Shiraz fight on their platform. They're not going to. No, Turkey numbers not going to send Shiraz over there to fight on PBC on their platform. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing a lot of people don't talk about either. A lot of Turkey and some of these guys, they're not sending their guys to these other platforms like PBC to fight. They just trying to get everybody on all the other platforms to fight on his platform, which is that's nasty work, man. But um, what's next for Carlos Adames? I'm not sure. Like I feel like no, I will move on. I will move on. Like I wouldn't even care to run that fight back. And me being a boxing a boxing analyst right now, man, with this shit. Me knowing like how PBC and Al Heyman and them how they move, they're not going to probably push for Carlos Adames to have a rematch with Shiraz after what just happened yesterday. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't personally do it myself because them ruling that fight a draw was some real nasty work for real. Like it really was, man. Like that was some nasty work. And then even the fact that Turkey's over there, talking to Shiraz corner and we're right around where the judges is at and everything. Like I understand people see Turkey in a certain light, but that shit, y'all don't understand it in a deeper perspective as far as Turkey influence in his fights with these judges as well. Because it was some shit going on last night, man. There was some definitely shaky, iffy shit, and that was a moment that was shaky and iffy last night for us, Turkey over there talking to Shiraz corner and, talking around where the judges was at, man. But good fight. It was a decent fight. I wasn't crazy about the fight, thinking it was a fire fight for real so much because of the fact that Shiraz wasn't active enough. You know what I mean? Like, and this guy, it was like he was acting like he was real tentative on being active with Carlos Adames. And I don't think Damas' power is crazy for real. What's good, Charles? What's good, my brother? Like I don't think Adama's power is crazy for real. But Shiraz was just inactive throughout the fight, man, and it was just kind of weird to watch that for real. It was a weird fight for real, to be honest. But okay, next fight, man. This fight was a great fight. Virgil Ortiz Jr. versus Israel Madrimov, man. This was a great fight. I do like this fight. I ain't gonna lie. I like what I seen from both of these guys in this fight, man. Um, I ain't gonna lie. Israel Madrimov, that boy, he be swagging it out there, man. He was skating out there in the first few rounds. I ain't gonna lie to you. He was skating in them first 2 rounds, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I literally thought Madrimov won like the first 2, 3 rounds, like straight up. Like, Like he was the way he was boxing on the inside, the outside. You know, he was tight defense, but then he was throwing punches back, like, and he was landing some good punches on Virgil Ortiz. It literally, to me, it felt like Virgil Ortiz didn't really get his timing down in the fight, literally till probably about round. for between 4 to 6, because I felt like I felt like Israel Majimov was just controlling the pace of the fight. You know what I mean? He was, in and out, in and out. You know what I'm saying? But he was making Virgil Ortiz pay. You know what I'm saying? When he was countering with him. Both of the guys, Virgil Ortiz and Majimov, both guys, they're both counter punchers at heart. You know what I mean? What's good, JB? So like they both counter punchers, man. And I felt like Virgil Ortiz, once he got his timing down, like he started cutting off the ring way better than he did the first few rounds, because I think that was the case. Masvidal was around the ring and Virgil wasn't cutting off the ring, and we in the group chat we talking about it the fight. I'm like, bro, Virgil need to cut off the ring, man, better, like, because he's just letting Masvidal skate out there right now, man. And Virgil, he started coming forward and he was going to that body and wearing Masvidal down to where Majimov didn't have so much motion defense wise towards that second half of that fight. And Virgil controlled the pace of that fight, being active, making it a rugged fight, making Majimov fight on the inside, which Majimov wasn't trying to do in the early rounds of the fight. If you was watching the fight, you know what I mean? Majimov tried to stay on the outside much as possible throughout the fight, but Virgil made it an ugly fight. He made Madrimal fight on the inside with him and made it a rugged fight, which it definitely benefited Virgil Ortiz. And Virgil Ortiz, he got the victory last night. He won by um by majority decision, I believe. Was it a majority? Nah, it was unanimous, I think. I don't remember. Hold on. I look at my stuff. Look at my stuff because we was covering fights. Yeah, no, you won by unanimous decision. Yeah, so yeah, Virgil, he retained his WBC 155 interim title last night, and like Israel Madrimov, I mean I see people doing the triangle theory for as Bud and his fight with Madrimov, and then Virgil and his fight with Madrimov. Um, my opinion between both fights, I feel like Virgil, he did more damage to Madrimov, but at the same sense, Madrimov did more damage to Virgil than Madrimov did to Bud, and I felt like Virgil. He's definitely one of those top guys at 154 to be reckoned with. He's the way that Oscar is moving him now. Like they definitely. I feel like Oscar and Golden Boy had Virgil Ortiz fighting some real well match made fights, starting off his career, especially when he was at 147. And it was a shame that he didn't get the fight, Emmanuel Stanionis, because that was a fight that they had scheduled about 3, 4 times. And Virgil had health issues about 2 or 3 of the fights. You know what I mean? Couldn't make 147. That's why he's at 154. And it looks like Virgil is way more comfortable at 154, I gotta say for sure. And Virgil, that was he didn't get the knockout. Everybody knows, versus a power puncher. But I think Majimov is a real tough opponent, man. He's the real deal at 154, and I like what I'm seeing from Majimov, and I want to see more from Majimov. Like I'm definitely curious to see what he does next. I would love to see Majimov fight Chuck. I know they had that fight lined up, but then they end up giving Majimov the fight with Virgil Ortiz instead. So I would love to see Majimov and Boychuk. They lace them up and get it on, man, for sure. You know what I mean? Virgil Ortiz, what's next for him? Um, I know he wants a Bud Crawford fight, but we know that's not in the play. What's up, Mrs. Cam J, baby? Um, I know Virgil, like he wants the Bud Crawford fight, but we know Bud is possibly going to end up fighting Canelo in September. Um, Virgil, I think Virgil, a legitimate fight for Virgil is trying to fight, one of these other champions. Maybe you try to see if you can mandate and get that fight with Fundora because Fundora has a fight in March. We don't know if Fundora is going to end up fighting Earl Spence towards the end of this year. I really honestly don't care for Earl to fight Fundora because Earl's literally at the point where he's been out of the ring for almost 2 years now, pretty much. So I don't want to see him in no championship fight, and I don't think Earl deserves a championship fight. You know what I'm saying? Being on the layoff the way he is, coming into a whole new weight class. You know what I mean? And this is coming from myself, one of the biggest Earl Spence fans. You know what I mean? For sure. I ride and die with my guy. But I gotta be realistic. Earl doesn't deserve a Fundora title shot. He doesn't. You know what I mean? He's been two years removed from the sport. He needs to get a tune up if he's going to come back. And I'll do a whole separate video talking about Earl this week because I definitely is some other stuff going on with Earl. But back to Virgil Ortiz per se. I would love to see Virgil Ortiz mandate and try to see if he can get a fight with Fundora. Or I know Tim Zoo, well, right now the PBC play right now is Keith Thurman is fighting in March along with Tim Zoo fighting in March. And those guys win those two fights and they're gonna end up possibly fighting, later this year. So that kind of equals that out. Um Jamel Charlo's back in the ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's a guy that, Virgil Ortiz can go after. um is it's just it's a lot. It's the 154 the division is loaded. I know Virgil is looking forward to possibly wanting to fight Bruce Ennis, but we know Bruce Ennis he has a fight April 12th with Emmanuel Stanionis unifying at 147. So we know that fight won't most likely happen in no time soon. So just let me look at some of these rankings to see what's out there right now. So what's out there for Virgil? So Virgil is so he Virgil's the interim champ. So Virgil got fights like Serhii Boruchuk, like I mentioned. Xander Zayas is number 3 in the WBC. Xander he just fought on that Keyshawn Davis card as the co-main and he had a good fight. He won. You know what I mean? So I don't know if Top Rank is wanting to give Xander up to Virgil Ortiz right now. Like, cause he's still green. He's still a prospect right now. I don't think they really trying to put him in that position. Charles Conwell, that'd be a great fight with and on top of that, Charles Conwell and they on the same side of the street. You know what I mean? Like, no, Conwell, he's with Natural Boxing, and that going Virgil, he's with Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy. It makes much sense for that fight to happen. You know what I mean? Um, Jesus Ramos, he just came off a good win recently. You know what I'm saying? I'd love to see Virgil Ortiz and Jesus Ramos get it in for sure. You know what I mean? So like those are some names right there for Virgil that's up next. And then you just talking about the rest of the landscape. I know Erickson Lubin, he has a fight coming up on Pro Box TV coming up. So maybe after that fight, maybe I can see what's up with Erickson Lubin. Um, so it's some names out there, man. It's just you know what's next. It looks like Virgil and Oscar, they're looking for some big fights, and it's going to be hard to get those big fights right now with some of these guys when some of these guys got fights coming up scheduled, man. So he needs to find like the best opponent that's a top contender to still stay in that realm and look good for himself, man. But I was very impressed with Virgil Ortiz. Like last night showed me that he's more than a puncher. Like he can box. And Virgil Ortiz, he was awesome from what I've heard from a lot of people, in his amateur background. You know what I mean? He was beating guys some of the guys that we talk about now these days. You know what I'm saying? That's popular in the boxing scene right now. You know what I mean? So salute to Virgil Ortiz, man. Great win last night. Salute to Israel Madrimov, man. He had a great fight, you know what I'm saying? And I definitely want to see Israel Madrimov. I want to see more of him. I think he's a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I felt like I knew that experience was gonna kick in and really level up for him last night, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just go ahead and get to talk about the Martin Bacoli fight, man. Martin Bacoli versus Joseph Parker, and then I can do these last two, man, because the Shakur, we're gonna talk a little bit in depth about him. I ain't gonna lie to you. Uh, Martin Bacoli versus Joseph Parker. Martin Bacoli's taking this fight within 2 days, within 48 hours. Um, due to Daniel Dubois, him ended up becoming sick and having to back out of the fight. And I feel sorry for Daniel Dubois because Daniel Dubois, he just had a whole camp. He just had a whole camp, a grueling camp, preparing to defend his heavyweight title. And he got sick the week of the fight and he wasn't able to fight, man. And when you don't fight, you don't make your money. So he wasn't able to get money for this camp and for him fighting and putting in his hard work, due to him being sick, to where Turkey Al Sheikh he calls Martin Bacoli, and Martin Bacoli takes the fight with Joseph Parker instead. Joseph Martin Bacoli was 315 pounds on the scale. Joseph Parker was 260 on the scale. Mark Bacoli had to wear the same gloves that what's it called it that Joseph Parker had. Last minute, so that happens in boxing. Um, Mark Bacoli, man, I said in this fight, I said it's the same thing with Zali Zhang. If Mark Bacoli get if he can't get Joseph Parker out of there early, and it goes into the deep waters of the fight, Joseph Parker gonna win the same way that he did with Zali Zhang. And it just took a whole totally different turn. Like the first round, um, Martin Bacoli wasn't doing much. He just looked like he was just there to get a paycheck, bro. I gotta be real. Joseph Parker did some work where Joseph Parker he took the first round, then he gets into the second round, and Martin Bacoli he got hit with a right, and Martin Bacoli it looked like he was off balance, but he did get hit with a shot. But it's like he fell like 2 seconds after the shot. It wasn't like it was like an immediate fall. Like the way it looked like he was more so off balance than him getting hit with a shot, more so to me, in my opinion. And the ref he's doing his count, and Marvin Coley couldn't continue, man. Joseph Parker did some great work with the body leading up to the knockout because he stopped him in the second round, and it was just kind of like a weird ending to that fight. Like I personally felt like Martin Bacoli had more fight left in him. That's why when I did post a video on my page yesterday, I was like, do y'all think the stoppage was premature? Because I thought the stoppage was a little bit premature in a sense, but he did get hit with a shot. Looking back at it, and great work from Joseph Parker. Hey, two two rounds of work, got your bag, you good, man. It put Joseph Parker in great position, even more in the heavyweight division. Beating the guy in Martin Bacoli, which is, a lot of people feel that he was feared in the heavyweight division. Then it's questions on Martin Bacoli's side, like, should Martin Bacoli should he took that fight within 2 days? You know what I mean, and not having a full camp fighting Joseph Parker to mess up his position and his ranking in the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? Because Martin Bacoli already had a fight scheduled, like I said earlier, with F.A. Ajigba in May, and it just it was like Martin Bacoli he got offers. I reported 600,000 to fight. It's like that's life changing money for these guys. You know what I mean? So it's like, within 2 days, hey, go get that money. You know what I'm saying? And no, Marvin Carly wasn't in fight shape yesterday. He wasn't ready. He wasn't. He said to himself he wasn't trained, and that worried me in this fight. Where when I was talking about it Friday, I'm like, if Marvin Carly isn't in condition and untrained for this fight, he's going to lose to Joseph Parker, and that's exactly what happened. You know what I mean? So my prediction on that fight was right. Um, Joseph Parker, like. I personally want to see Joseph Parker and Daniel Dubois get it back going. I like that fight. Like they don't have to put them on another big card. No, put had them guys have their own card, they main event, do the damn thing in the UK, and they can make good money, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think they need to wait on to be like a co-main or undercard to another, to another card. They personally can have their own card to be main event. Specifically, do it in the UK where they can get some good money, man. I do want to see that fight with Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker, man. Even more after what I said. And then Joseph Parker, he deserves a title shot. I seen people saying that, maybe they want to see Joseph Parker out there with Usyk. Um, which is no, I know Usyk said he wanted to possibly fight the winner of Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker, but and Usyk was in the building yesterday. We'll see what transpired, what they say next about Joseph Parker. Um, I think Joseph Parker. If I was him, I wouldn't make any moves unless it's a title shot. If it ain't a title shot, if I ain't running it back with Daniel Dubois, or if I'm not fighting Alexander Usyk, I'm not fighting anybody else other than those two guys. And I think Joseph Parker, the run that he been on, where he didn't beat Wilder. He done beat Zane. Now he done beat Martin McCauley. You know what I'm saying? He got three good names on his resume. He deserves a title shot for sure. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Joseph Parker. Martin McCauley. I mean, he said he's still fighting in May, so he's still going to fight Fa and Jagba, which is he'll have a full camp for that fight, and I'm definitely intrigued to see that fight because that's going to be a banger. Jigba, he's the same guy that no, he was fighting. I can't think of the dude name. The dude that's about to fight Deontay Wilder on Black Prom in April. Dude walked out of the ring when Jigba was about to fight him. Like he didn't even fight at all. You know what I'm saying? So um I'm definitely interested in that fight with McCauley and Jigba for sure, man. That's gonna be a banger for sure, man. And I hope I'm a Martin McCauley fan, man. I'm rooting for him. I definitely want to see him do well, man. But I think it's just all about what was your preference like for us the month. Like, was you there? Mark McCarthy just looked like, yeah, I'm getting the 600K and I'm going home. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing is, you got to think, did it mess up your position in the heavyweight division? That's the question that you got to ask. And maybe I'll do another separate video talking about that for sure too, man. So all right. I'm gonna do this a little different with these last two fights. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna talk about Beterbiev and Bivol first, and I gotta leave Shakur for last. You know what I'm saying? The main event, Beterbiev and Bivol. Great fight. I definitely do think this fight was better than the first fight. Um, Bivol was well conditioned in this fight. Like he was ready for this fight, man. And that was one thing I was, really paying attention to closely in this fight with Bivol and Beterbiev last night. Um Bivol controlled the pace of the fight for sure. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of spurts for sure. It just felt like Beterbiev had a little bit more trouble than he does per usual um getting to Bivol. It looked like the age was a little setting in on him because Beterbiev is at 40. You know what I mean? So it looked like the age set in a little bit to me, in my opinion, a little bit. But no, Beterbiev, he was hitting. They like rounds was going back and forth. Like Beterbiev, it felt like Beterbiev was winning some of them early rounds, but then Bivol actually did the exact opposite that he did in the first fight. He saved the energy for that later rounds to kick in and win them later rounds, and it benefited Bivol. Bivol fought a great fight for us, keeping his distance, maintaining his reach, um, countering, catching, Beterbiev with shots. and and setting up great angles for Beterbiev, which it definitely paid dividends for Beterbiev. I mean for Bivol last night, man. The fight was a close fight. Don't get me wrong. I see a lot of people talking about um oh, it shouldn't be no rematch and stuff. Because they thought Bivol won the fight. Bivol did not win the first fight, man. Like that's when they come back. What I was saying, like I don't know what some of you guys be watching and boxing at times. Like y'all, we don't be watching the same shit. Like I know we don't. You know what I'm saying? Because Beterbiev controlled that second half of that fight with Bivol, and it was the total opposite this time. Bivol controlled majority of the second half of this fight, and that's what got the victory for Bivol in this fight, man, for sure. And this fight went like I had Beterbiev winning this fight. I see possibly going, probably stop Bivol. But Bivol was so damn conditioned in this fight. He was handling Beterbiev punches well, which really surprised me. Even though Beterbiev, he did do some damage to his face, though, for sure. Bivol left eye was jacked up, but um, motherfucking Bivol really did his thing in there where like he was, just outpointing Beterbiev, you know what I mean? I did see some people thought that they probably should have ruled it a draw. And one thing I said too about this fight on my predictions, I said Bivol is Eddie Hearn guy. Turkey loves Bivol. Turkey wants the trilogy of this fight. So if you was watching the fight and hearing the commentators in the beginning of the fight, they was just like pushing the Bivol narrative so heavy throughout the whole entire fight from start to finish to where like they were just pushing to where they want this rematch. They want it to be a third fight. They want Bivol to win this fight. And some of the judging were like, some of the judging was wild, man, because I seen that one landslide number. Like, that fight last night was a close fight. Like it was a close fight to be judging it the way that they were judging it, like judging it to where it said I seen one judge had it 119, 110. I'm like, what? Like, what are y'all talking about, bro? Like, you can't be serious. Like, stop playing with me, bro. Like, stop playing with me. But like Bivol won the fight fair and square to me, in my opinion. If you're a guy that thought Beterbiev won the fight, I'm not mad at you. If you're a guy that think that the fight should have been a draw, I'm not mad at that either. But that fight was a great fight, man. No, Bivol won it by majority decision, just like Archer did in the first fight. And all of this, no, oh, it don't. Oh, we want to see Bivol fight. Yes, I want to see Bivol fight David Benavidez too, but it's still business to work with Artur Beterbiev in that trilogy, man. That trilogy is going to happen, and Turkey's going to be the one that make it happen. They're going to run that back. You know what I'm saying? And if Beterbiev is smart, you run that fight back later this year. Stay active and run that fight back immediately because Beterbiev he's up in age. And just me, honestly, I think the trilogy is going to be even more hard for Beterbiev due to the fact that no, he's in front of a guy that no know how to take his punches very well. So that's a different sight for Beterbiev, honestly, man. So Beterbiev, I think Beterbiev will probably lose the the third fight. I think Bivol will win the third fight too, and he'll probably maybe squeak it out a little bit more cleaner. You know what I mean? Than he did in the second fight, honestly. You know what I mean? I just think the age is a little bit getting with Beterbiev a little bit, and it's just a different monster with Bivol, man. If he's conditioned that same way, like Bivol, and Bivol fights that same fight and fights strong in the second half, Bivol will win the third fight again too, man. I got Bivol winning the third fight for sure. I will say that when they do run it back, they're running it back. So all of this pushing Bivol not for the trilogy is pointless. Turkey got them in he got them in the bag. They gonna run that fight back. Now let's get to the business though, the real business. I say Shakur Stevenson fight for last. I saved his fight for last to talk about. Cause I already know I was gonna probably be a little bit different with this fight because I got a lot to talk about in this fight. Shakur Stevenson versus the part-time electrician Josh Padley. Shakur, did he win every round of the fight? Yes, he won every round of the fight. I will say that. He put shut out. Did he look clean in the fight? He looked clean. He looked clean. Was Shakur getting touched up in the fight? He was getting touched up. Honestly, in my opinion, I felt like Josh Padley, he touched him up more than Edwin and Autumn did, honestly, in their fights with Shakur. Like, Padley was hitting Shakur with some shots. He wasn't just so untouchable last night. You know what I mean? Shakur definitely won the fight. He dominated the fight as he should. The guy, Josh Padley, the man just the man got the phone call to fight Shakur when the man was cut on his lunch break from cutting off somebody electric in the UK. Like, stop playing. Like, bro, like, come on, bro. This man, Shakur had the opportunity to stop this man in the fourth and fifth round, and he ain't take the opportunity, bro. That's what I be talking about. Some of these guys ain't killers, bro. When they be having their mans hurt, they ain't got that killer instinct like the Bud Crawfords, the Tank Davises, um, you know what I'm saying, to finish they guy. You got to be a great finisher if you're going to be a killer. You got to be a great finisher. And Shakur is not a finisher. He don't have that killer instinct to finish his op when he got him hurt. We just seen it the last two fights with Autumn. He had Autumn hurt. He couldn't finish him. He couldn't cut off the ring to finish him. Last night with Padley, he was supposed to finish Padley literally in fourth, fifth round. And he ain't shoot the J. He ain't shoot the J, man. And maybe we can say credit to his hands is hurt. His hands is not well. I seen the man on Twitter was talking about that. You know, he basically beat Shakur beat Padley with one hand, and Shakur he put the flexion emoji and stuff. His hands is really a real concern. Kevin Cunningham he put out a tweet like, I don't want to see Shakur fight anybody else until we know what's wrong with them hands because we know them hands is a serious issue. Them hands is the issue. And this the guy y'all saying that's gonna beat Tank? Y'all bugging, bro. Y'all bugging. Bro, from what I seen yesterday, ain't no way in hell Shakur can beat Tank Davis. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Shakur has not looked good since he's been at 135, bro. And y'all don't want to talk about it. That is, oh, he wins. Yeah, he stopped Padley. He was supposed to stop Padley. I said, if Shakur can't stop this guy Padley, bro, like, what we talking about? We got to cook him. We got to cook him. And Padley went 9 rounds with this guy. Padley ain't trained. He ain't been, working out or nothing, bro, for boxing recently, bro. And this man went 9 rounds with the world champion yesterday. Like, Shakur, the way you talk is not the way that you fight. Like, it's not even close. You don't, the way that you talk is not the way that you fight. You be talking like you be stepping on shit and you don't be stepping for real. Like, you is not a stepper. You not a killer. Like, you do not be stepping like that, bro. Like, and I'm seeing you last night after the fight, you tweeting back at any and everybody. You got in your feelings when everybody showed you Tank's tweet, Tank putting LOL about your fight. He ain't say nothing, but you got emotional and you took it and ran with it in a different light, talking about Tank trying to play you card. Let's keep it real. I got the pictures. You got booed in Saudi Arabia last night, bro. They booed you. When you hopped on the ropes and you was flexing, Saudi Arabia booed you. And then let's keep it all the way a buck. I got the picture too, and I posted. The arena was half filled when you was fighting. You got Turkey out of seat. He watching you fight. He ain't even watching you. He in his phone. Nobody cares for that amateur style boxing shit that you be doing, bro. Like you think this shit to amateurs. Like I be hearing you in these interviews. You be talking about your amateur pedigree and what you did back then and all of that and woo woo. Like, bro, nobody don't give a fuck about that in the pros. Like they don't care, bro. Like you literally be out here talking this amateur shit, talking like you hit and don't get hit when you ain't even giving much offense out no more. Your offense output is less than you was when you was fighting at 126 and 130 than it is at 135. Yeah, you was throwing some bombs yesterday, but Josh Padley had an interview last night and he said he really didn't feel your power. Like your power didn't affect him. He was just saying basically, shit, he hit me with some body shots and I was out of shape and shit. I couldn't hold up. I'm out of shape, which is true. If the man Josh Padley had a full camp, it probably would have went 12 rounds. If Kid Austin then back out of the fight from getting sick, similar to Daniel Dubois, which is he was the first guy on the card to get sick. You know what I mean? Then Kid Austin would have made that a fight. You wouldn't have stopped Kid Austin last night. You wouldn't have stopped him. That fight would have went 12 rounds. It would have been a different fight if you fought Kid Austin last night. And that's just me seeing from what I seen last night. The fight wouldn't have been easy for you. It wouldn't have been easy. And I'm just looking at you like you really talking all this shit in Turkey in the Ring Magazine rankings. He got Keyshawn over you at 3. He got Tank at 1, Loma at 2, Keyshawn at 3, and Shakur at 4. He think Keyshawn better than you. A lot of people right now think Keyshawn is better than you. Shit, you got mad because his Tank said Keyshawn looking better than you right now, which is an absolute fact. Now, granted, the competition ain't that well, but Keyshawn is putting on better performances than you. Between y'all last 4 fights, Keyshawn has looked better than you in all 4 fights, from his last 4 to your last 4. He has looked better than you. Since you've been at 135, it's been a whole shit show. It's been lackluster. And I know my boy Mel earlier, he was like, "Man, Cam, why you criticize the fighters and you get on them and stuff like that?" It just be because like in our realm, bro, like I cover about it at a high level, so I'll be talking about it in a deeper perspective compared to a lot of other people do. And just looking at Shakur think he is better than what he is due to his amateur career. Because he had a great amateur career. Don't get me wrong. No silver medalist and all. Had a great amateur career. But the shit different. I felt like Top Rank, the way they match made him going into his career, he was fist fed titles. They put you in great position to win titles. And they do that all the time at Top Rank. I mean, they just did it with Keyshawn with Denise Berinchak. I mean, Denise Berinchak was green as hell, and they knew Keyshawn was gonna beat Denise Berinchak. They knew it. And look at now, they promoting Keyshawn as their top guy right now in Top Rank right now. When that could have been Shakur if he stayed over there. And I did my video the other day where I said Shakur signing to Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn made no absolute sense at all. And it's showing even more. Look at Shakur's fights since he's been on Matchroom. He signs with Matchroom in August 2024, and then he was about to fight Joe Cordina, a guy at 130 that just came off a knockout loss to a guy that only had like a 20% knockout rate, moving him up from 130 to 135 for a fight. Just because Joe Cordina was calling Shakur Stevenson out 2, 3 years ago. So after that, no, Shakur, he has his hand injury, obviously, to where that was a blessing in disguise, like I said in my video the other day, that he had a hand injury because that was a fight that nobody didn't want to see. Then he's trying to fight Williams Zepeda. He's chasing Williams Zepeda. Williams Zepeda, he ended up having a hand injury after his fight with Tevin Farmer. So Kid Austin steps in. Kid Austin steps in, always leading up to the fight. Everything's good. Then he gets sick the week of the fight. Then it comes to where you finding your replacement, where Turkey personally chose Josh Padley for you. They gave the man Josh Padley 500K and they bought the man a new house of his choice just to fight you. And if Tank fought Josh Padley, y'all boxing fans would go super crazy over this shit. Y'all wouldn't let Tank live if he fought a Josh Padley, bro. Then let some of y'all tell it. That's all he been fighting his whole career anyway, which is some of y'all guys are fucking delusional. Y'all guys don't know shit about boxing. That's why y'all be getting cooked in debates and stuff. Cause y'all don't know shit. Y'all opinions is more based off of y'all feelings than facts. I mean, and that be the problem with you guys. That's why y'all losing debates to guys like me. Like the thing about Shakur Stevenson, bro, and this is catering into Tank Davis. He don't have no power to make Tank respect him. He don't have no Shakur has no power to make Tank respect him in a fight. How the hell do y'all think with Shakur having no power, he's gonna be able to beat Tank Davis? Oh, because y'all think his defense is that good? His defense ain't that fucking good, bro. Shakur be fighting off the back foot all the damn time, bro. For real. If you go back and watch the tape, bro, he fights off his back foot. You watch the fight with him and Josh Padley last night. He was getting hit with shots by the damn electrician last night. He was getting hit with clean shots by Thomas Edison last night, bro. Like for real, bro. Like I can't make this up, bro. Like Tank wouldn't dare go 9 rounds with a Josh Padley, bro. Tank would have been in there 3 rounds, 2, 3 rounds. Padley, bye bye. He's out of there. Finito. Keyshawn Davis, Abdullah Mason. Them guys fight Josh Padley. I guarantee you both of them guys stop Josh Padley in 4 to 5 rounds. Frank Martin, Pitbull Cruz. Who else? Devin, bro, a lot of these guys will step on daggone Josh Padley, bro. The levels is different. And we said this leading up to this fight the last couple of days. I'm like, bro, Shakur should step on this dude. He should step on him easily. And I felt like Shakur didn't step on him. If I had to rate his performance 1 out of 10, I had to say it's about a 7. And that's me being fair. Some of y'all deeders out there, y'all be, oh, we gonna give, oh, we giving Shakur out of 10, 1 out of 10. We giving Shakur performance a 9. No, bro. It wasn't a flawless performance like that, bro. Shakur got hit with more shots than he got hit when he fought Artem and Edwin De Los Santos. But y'all don't watch the fights. Y'all don't watch the fights. I'll be convinced some of you guys just be online just talking. Y'all be talking for y'all health. Like, that's why nobody don't be caring about y'all opinions when y'all talk about it for real half of the time. Cause y'all just having opinions based off of y'all feelings because y'all dick eating a whole fighter that y'all ain't even rocking with for real. Some of you niggas ain't even fans of Shakur for real, for real. Some of you niggas only like Shakur because the nigga hang with Bud Crawford. Let's be real. Some of y'all niggas only rock with Shakur Stevenson because the man hang with Bud Crawford, bro. The man cool with Andre Ward. The man hang with Floyd Mayweather every now and then. Y'all only cool with him because he cool with other fighters that he attaching himself to. And y'all think this guy with brittle hands that has serious hand issues right now with all defense, no offense can beat a Tank Davis, bro? Y'all are out of y'all damn mind. Y'all out of y'all mind, bro. And Shakur's mentally weak. He's soft mentally. He reacts the way he reacts to the fans. Talking about fuck the fans, I'm gonna do this. He don't even give a fuck about y'all, and y'all be fans of this guy. He be saying fuck y'all, and y'all be fans of this guy. And it doesn't. It makes no sense that y'all can have the whole thought of this guy Shakur being one of the best guys. I don't see the elite shit that y'all talking about with him. I don't see it. I'm just being real, bro. I don't see it. He's hesitant and he fights nervous at 135. Yeah, he fought more offensive minded last night against a guy Padley that he know that couldn't hurt him because Padley don't got no power. This is a guy Padley that had a 20% knockout rate. So yeah, he's dishing shit back. But when it's some guy that's throwing some leather, like Tank said in his interview recent this week, where it's some guy that's throwing some heat back at him, that man, he over there running. He running, ducking, and hiding like it's a track meet. But this the guy y'all saying that can beat Tank. Tank one of the most powerful punchers in boxing right now, currently. Tank has a high IQ. His defense is underrated. He's well experienced in big moments with the big lights, with the big stage, with the big crowds that he bringing on. Which is, by the way, Tank is set to break his record that he had against Rolly Romero at the Barclays Center, by the way, to speak about that. Oh, it's Tank Davis fight week, by the way. Oh my God, it's gonna be lit. Yeah. Yes, sir. Some exciting shit. Not this boring shit where we in this bitch sleep because these niggas wanna be playing defense all damn day and not throwing no shots back at niggas. We wanna see excitement. Keyshawn is exciting right now. Abdullah Mason is exciting right now. Lomachenko, when he fights, he be exciting when he fight. Tank Davis, the most exciting fighter in boxing. Shakur Stevenson, boring as fuck. Boring. That amateur style is not going to beat the top guys, bro. If Shakur was to fight Keyshawn watches Shakur probably. Dead ass. I think Keyshawn will beat Shakur. Now, I think Shakur probably can beat Lomachenko, but him beating Keyshawn, I don't think so. And in some sense, I can see Lomachenko probably beating Keyshawn, beating Shakur too. Like I'm like what I'm seeing. Like I thought Shakur was an amazing fighter when he was at 126, 130, but I'm not seeing what he did at those divisions translate to 135. He fights cautious out there, and that is not going to win against these elite guys. It's not. Like it's not going to beat these guys at all. Like Shakur fight Williams and Payton. Williams and Payton gonna give him a tough ass fight. And let's talk about this shit with Shakur, with him talking about no, that's the fight that he wants next. They're not chasing Williams and Payton anymore. We'll see. My question is, do Eddie Hearn and Jay Prince, do they want to push Shakur out there with Tank in his next fight the way his hands is right now? Y'all should be asking yourself that question first. Because I'm telling you, this fight with Shakur and Tank is not going to end well. It's not. Shakur is going to get stopped. He's going to get put on a highlight reel. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. The build up, Tank is going to beat him, and the build up from the interviews, the press conferences, the weigh in, on to the fight. It's gonna be the same shit like Frank Martin, and it probably might be worse. I'm telling you. I don't see Shakur in no circumstance beating Tank Davis. Even with Shakur trying to outpoint Tank Davis, being slick, fighting on the outside, controlling his range and everything throughout the fight. Tank know how to cut the ring off very well. Very well. Like, seriously. Shakur's not going to be able to run around the ring all damn night. And then let's talk about the fact with and I'm being real. I'm tired of talking about why both of these guys ain't fighting each other. I really want this fight more than anything. I want Tank and Shakur this year. Shakur had the opportunity to fight him last year. He didn't take upon the opportunity. He ended up taking the fight Joe Cordina instead, a fight that we didn't give a fuck about. But y'all ain't want to give Shakur hell for that. But y'all giving Tank hell for fighting Lamont Roach, a guy that's been fighting at 135 before several times, even fought at 140 a couple of times. On top of that, he's a 130-pound champion right now currently, and he been spanking shit the last few years. A real competitive fight, a fight that's going to be way more competitive than Shakur Stevenson fighting Josh Padley. Like Lamont Roach is going to give Tank a good fight. Y'all saying the fight is ass because y'all don't know Lamont Roach because y'all niggas don't watch boxing. Y'all don't even know. I bet half of y'all niggas can't even name 50 fighters right now that's fighting currently right now. I can't name me 50 fighters that's fighting currently right now. Niggas probably couldn't even name me 20. Some of you niggas don't even know Shakur last 5 fights. Some of you niggas didn't even watch this fight yesterday and y'all Shakur fans. Like, y'all be fugazi, boy. Y'all be fugazi. Like, y'all talking about this man Shakur. Like, Shakur, he in the interview after the fight talking about, yeah, the only fight I want is Tank. I want Tank Davis. I want Tank Davis. Okay, this is what you've been saying. You've been calling Tank out. This is my thing about you niggas. All y'all niggas care about these niggas calling niggas out, but are these niggas putting action behind trying to get these fights? No, they're not. I can tell you the motion that's going to happen with the 135 division right now. How I already know it's going to go. Keyshawn Davis, I see him in the interviews. Tank, 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 Tank. Tank don't got the balls to fight me. And Tank, okay, but then the same guy that said Tank reached Tank and his team reached out to him a couple months ago about fighting him, and he was excited about fighting. Yeah, these guys be capping, and y'all be listening to what these guys say, and these guys be capping. And these guys don't never think about what they say before they say it. But who's going to be the guy to catch it and expose it? Why? And y'all be mad about this shit. Tell these fighters to stop capping. Stop. Do y'all know Tank is the most hated guy in boxing right now in all angles? Like, if you go in the titles of Keyshawn and Shakur's last interviews, I bet it's Tank Davis in the title. All of their interviews is about Tank Davis. They can't interview and talk about their current fights that they have going on without talking about Tank Davis. Shit, Bud Crawford don't even got a fight right now, and he talking about Tank Davis. Everybody and their mama got Tank Davis' name in their mouth, but ain't trying to make no fight with him. Yes, you can call somebody out, but if you ain't going over to PBC to fight Tank, then what are we talking about? We know Keyshawn, like I said, with Top Rank, when you win your world title, they automatically re-up a contract with you when you win your first world title. So we know Keyshawn's first fight, he's going to be defending this title probably in his hometown of Norfolk, Virginia, and he's probably going to be fighting a poo putt and showcasing himself to make himself look good. This is some shit that y'all guys don't know. This is what I'm saying. That's why y'all guys, I be saying, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Like, Top Rank, Bob Earl, they literally, around the time when Devin Haney and T.O., when they was in 135, they had a whole tournament. You know, Top Rank, they run the belts at 135, the WBO, the WBC, and the IBF. The only one they don't have attached to them is the WBA that Tank Davis holds. They had a whole 135-pound division tournament going on between Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, George Kambosos, um, and Lomachenko. All of these guys fight each other. Tank ain't involved in the picture at all. They ain't invite Tank to come over and get involved with this. Tank had to fight guys on PBC. And then y'all the same guys that be saying Tank is ducking these guys. When Bob Arum had the 135 division on lock with the titles with his fighters, and he wasn't trying to push any of his fighters to fight Tank Davis on his side. Like, but y'all don't know shit like this about that because y'all don't know boxing. Y'all don't do your homework. Y'all don't talk about nothing. So it comes back to what I said. A lot of these promotional big companies be having these fighters hide behind them. We ain't even sure that Shakur Stevenson is going to fight Tank Davis next. Williams Zepeda and Tevin Farmer's about to fight their rematch in March. So it's easy for them to be like, okay, oh, Zepeda ready. He just beat Farmer. All right, Shakur, what's up? We know Turkey wants to make that fight happen specifically. We know Oscar wants that fight for Zepeda. And we know that Shakur's on a two-fight deal with Eddie Hearn and Natural Boxing. Honestly, I think it's three for real, low key. But the thing is, this man Shakur keeps talking about, uh, no, we need to involve Turkey in negotiations, and we can make the biggest fight in boxing happen. I think this is the biggest fight. No, it's your biggest fight. It ain't Tank's biggest fight. Tank got other bigger fights than you. Teofimo Lopez is a bigger fight than you. Devin Haney is a bigger fight than you. Ryan Garcia rematch is a bigger fight than you. It's other fight. Pitbull Cruz the rematch is a bigger fight than you for real, for real. You are not Tank's biggest fight, bro. And you trying to do this Bud Crawford pulling leverage bullshit, and it's not going to work. The same shit that Bud Crawford did with Earl Spence is not going to work with Tank Davis, bro. Tank Davis is not giving up his A-side leverage that he so worked so hard for throughout his whole career to give it up and leverage to a motherfucker that can't even sell out in his hometown. A same guy that literally just fought on the undercard yesterday in Saudi Arabia where he got booed at the end of the damn fight after he got a knockout. The same guy that got booed in his hometown in New Jersey in his last fight on Top Rank. The same guy that haven't even fought on pay-per-view yet. And you talking about you Tank biggest fight? Fuck out of here. You ain't Tank biggest fight, bro. You're delusional. Like this nigga Shakur is delusional. And he got Bud Crawford, Eddie Hearn, Jay Prince, Turkey Al-Sheikh, all of these different dudes in his head, blowing his head up, being yes man for him, thinking that he's bigger than what he is. Shakur is not really fucking like that. He ain't did shit. He ain't even been on pay-per-view yet. My thing is, why? And this is the thing with Eddie Hearn. Why would Eddie Hearn? Why would you put Shakur on the undercard in Saudi Arabia? Why would you not want to have him have his first fight on Matchroom Boxing be in America where you can market him and try to build his resume and build his fan base and his brand around the America fan base? Why would you send this man to Saudi Arabia where these guys in Saudi Arabia, they don't give a damn about boxing out there. They don't care about boxing out there, bro. They don't. Like literally, the man Turkey had a 25,000 seated venue and had to switch it and go to 6,000 seats. And as you look at the pictures, the damn arena last night wasn't even half filled. They didn't even sell out a 6,000 seated arena last night. And on top of that, with the negotiations with Tank Davis, you know, Shakur, that Tank don't fuck with Turkey. He ain't messing with Turkey. Tank has a $200+ million 5 to 6 fight deal with Amazon Prime. He's not breaking that deal to go chase a bag with damn Turkey. Especially, he ain't fighting over there in Saudi Arabia. We seen the sketch shit that went down last night. Turkey has influence on some of these fights with these judges. And it showed, and Tank Davis was 100% right. And it showed last night. Even Jake Paul put a tweet out and said that, hey, Tank was right about Saudi Arabia with the judges in them fights and stuff with Turkey and them. Yeah, y'all be saying Tank is a dummy. He's very intelligent. Way more intelligent than you guys got. And he be 10, 20 steps ahead of you niggas. And y'all niggas be mad about that shit every day. Just like myself, when in this boxing shit, I be 10, 20 steps ahead of you guys every damn day in this shit. And y'all can't never fuck with me. That's on the Lord. Shakur Stevenson, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can stop all the turkey talk. Tank's not. Shakur Stevens is going to be the reason why this Tank Davis fight doesn't happen. He already has shown proof that it can happen already because when PBC reached out to him last year at the Lomachenko duck, the man Shakur Stevenson wanted a multi-fight deal, and Tank and PBC they trying to get one fight going straight ahead, or one fight with Shakur and Tank Davis right away for November last year. This man Shakur Stevens said, "No, I pass." What he do? He go over there and sign a Metro Boxing a multi-fight deal over there. And I'm the guy that said, I told you, you gonna see what happens. We gonna know what Shakur Stevenson all about with his free agency on who he signed to. This man took the easy route, similar to what Devin Haney did. Yeah, Devin Haney had to catch a stray. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying in general, man. Shakur, it's either you come over to PBC, bro. Come over to PBC. Do what it takes to get the fight like Ryan Garcia did. Ryan Garcia, he overrode everything that Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy was trying to do. They was trying to prevent him from taking a fight with Tank Davis. And Ryan, he dared to be great, and he went and took the fight. He lost, came out with the loss, but shit, it made him an even bigger name. The crazy part, when Tank fight his guys, these guys become bigger names than they were before. Pitbull Cruz, Mario Barrios, Rolly Romero. Probably Frank Martin when he has his next fight. Tank be making niggas stars that he be beating up. And the crazy part, y'all talk about Tank resume so trash, but y'all favorite fighters be asking to fight the niggas that Tank done beat already. But Tank resume so trash though. Like y'all have no logic points at all, bro. So that's what I'm just gonna say with this shit. I'm gonna end this shit, bro. Cause y'all mean I got other shit to do. But Shakur, do what it takes, like Ryan Garcia, to make the fight happen, bro. Say, hey, Turkey, I know Tank don't rock with you. I'm gonna just go ahead and try to make this fight happen. Eddie Hearn, I know Tank don't rock with you, but let's do what we can do to make this fight happen. If Tank, you wanted a big guarantee bag. PBC's not known for giving big guarantee bags like that. Like the thing is, Shakur, he wants Ryan Garcia type of money when he don't bring Ryan Garcia type of value to the table. The same people that watch Shakur, they already watch Tank. It's the same fan base, similar to Bud Crawford and Earl Spence. That's why they didn't do over 1 million pay-per-view buys. They did 600 to 700K. And me personally, with Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis, I think with their numbers, yeah, they'll sell that shit out. Because Tank sells out with whoever he's fighting. It don't matter who he's fighting. He gonna sell out regardless. The arena will be sold out when Tank fights whoever he fighting. So it don't fucking matter who Tank fights. That's what Shakur don't realize. No, this is your biggest fight. It's not Tank's biggest fight. It's not. Like it's a bigger fight for you. It ain't for Tank. Because you have nothing to bring to the table for real. Besides your two gloves and your two brittle ass hands. So I'm just saying it, Drew, man. Like, Shakur, stop. Don't be on no diva shit. Just come over to PBC. They gonna give you a nice little guarantee, and you gonna get hella bread on the back end. Anybody that fought Tank Davis, they ain't complain about the money that they get fighting Tank Davis, bro, because of the fact that they eating. They ate good. And then think about it. All of these guys that Tank and beat already, like Ryan Garcia, Pitbull Cruz, Rolly Romero, all of these guys, they want rematches with Tank. You want to know why? Because of the payday, the bag. They ate good. Look at Frank Martin. Frank Martin, that boy jeweled up. He riding in foreigns and everything. That boy, he's still spending Tank money ass whooping. He's still spending Tank ass whooping money right now. I'm just saying, man, Shakur, bro, man up, bro. Stop being a diva, bro. You like you trying to add turkey evolve and you gonna outprice yourself in this shit, bro. Tank's not giving you no A side. He's not giving up his A side for you. It's not happening. So do what it takes to make the fight, bro. We tired of talking about why the fight ain't happening. Myself is tired personally of of talking about why the fight's not happening. I'm tired of exposing you on your lies. I want you to be be truthful with this shit and put the fight on. Put the fight on, man. That's all we talking about, bro. We pushing Tank versus Shakur. That's the main fight we pushing right now. If Tank, no, he gets through Lamont Roach, which is, we all believe that he will. Next Saturday, March 1st, Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. Tap in Amazon Prime. It's gonna be electric. Barclays Center. Tank get through his fight. Come to the table, and they want that fight. Tank, PBC, they want that fight with Shakur. They want it. They wanted it last year, but Shakur didn't want it. So, Shakur, I tell you this right now: come to the table, come to PBC, come get put on the highlight reel like the rest of them, because it won't be no different. You're gonna be another highlight reel like the rest of them as well, brother. You know what I mean? And we about to get up out of here, man. Hey, subscribe to CamJ Network on YouTube, man. Follow CamJ Network on all social platforms, man. We working. I'm definitely about to upload this to YouTube immediately, and probably clip up some up from this shit for sure. Definitely this Corey Stevenson conversation for sure, and we gonna be back at it, man. Big week is fight week for Tank Davis and Lamont Roach. So we're gonna be covering that fight heavily throughout the week. We're gonna be talking about it. Remember, Buckeye Steppers podcast Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? For the college football fans, for the Buckeye fans for sure. And Friday, I will be live Friday for the Lamar Roach and Tank Davis predictions. Hopefully, I have a couple of my guys on with me, and we'll talk about it too a little bit more in depth. I mean, but I'm gonna be dropping videos throughout the week, man. A lot of content for Tank Davis, man, and all over the boxing landscape and stuff, man. And it's up, man. Sorry, but not sorry. Boxing talk, we lit, man. It's up. You heard? And we out of here.